Hi, welcome to Nanny's Country Treasures. I'm Joanna and I'm glad you're here. On this channel, I love to do affordable DIYs and home decor, and I also love to sew from time to time. I hope you will consider subscribing and becoming a part of my YouTube family. You can ring that bell to be notified when I upload a video so you won't miss any content, because you never know what I'm going to do. Please know that all your likes and comments keep me in the YouTube algorithm and helps my channel to grow. Thank you for your support. Now let's get crafting. I'm going to take these lights from the Dollar Tree. They have little leaves on them. They are so cute. And I'm going to untangle them. This was a mess, so I skipped through that, but there they are. And I'm going to take this fabric. This is gingham fabric. And I don't know how much I used. I would say if you're going to use fat quarters, I would get 2 just in case. You may not need it, but I don't remember what I used. But anyways, it's a 3/4 inch or almost an inch strips that I cut. Y'all know how I do my little raggy fabric strips here. So I'm just going to make my snips. And then apparently those scissors wasn't working. And if y'all see me doing my hands a certain way, I actually would rather talk while I'm working, but I keep getting copyright issues on my background music that I have to listen to. And y'all, I can't craft without my praise and worship music, so you're all just going to have to hear the crappy voiceovers and the crappy music because, you know, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I'm cutting these in 4-inch pieces. And that is what I'm going to use to tie on my garland. So I'm just going to cut several of those and several of the black and white in the same manner. You're going to get several strips, and what you're going to do is I'm going to do is tie each one. I don't know why I keep telling you you're going to do this. You might not even want to do this. I don't know. I'm just showing you. But anyways, I'm going to tie a few on. You know, I don't even count these. I just tie them on randomly. I'll do a few of the green and white. And then I'll do a few of the black and white. And all you got to do is run it around one time like I'm doing here. And if you pull it tight, it's not going to come off. And I'm doing mine close together. You don't have to do them close together. But I just push mine really close together. So I'm going to keep doing this. Make sure you pull your strings if you cut these. You can use pinking shears. But that's just too time consuming to me to cut those strips in pinking shears. And when you fray them, when you rip them like this, it doesn't fray everywhere. It's already got a little frayed edge, and like you just seen me do, I pull off the extra string so it's not, you know, really stringy and nasty. So anyways, I'm going to do the same with the black and white, and I'm just going to alternate and tie on green and black and green and black and so on until I'm at the end. Okay, for the second one, I'm going to make a jute pumpkin. You can do this with regular jute, but I use this wired jute from the Dollar Tree because I like it better. And I'm going to take 3 of them. And you see that piece of wire in the middle that's holding them together? I'm just going to unbend one of them and run it through the other wire. And then I'm going to get my last one. You can use 4. I like my pumpkin a little gappy. But anyways, I take the wire off that one and run it around the 2. And it's a little big, so I use my glue to tack it down and make sure it's not going to go anywhere. You don't want a pumpkin that's going to come undone. And then I just start fanning out my wires and trying to spread them out even until it looks good to me. Right here you can see one popped out, and later I will use my hot glue gun to poke that in and make sure that it is secure. Now I've got it the way I want it, and I've got these leaves from one of the pumpkin stems that I bought from the Dollar Tree, and apparently I'm still not happy with it. I don't even know what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm just going to grab these and I'm going to hot glue them down on opposite sides. Yeah, on opposite sides. Then I'm going to take one of my jute curly things here that I make, and I've showed you in a video. I'll try to find it and link it in my description box. But anyways, I just stretch it out and then put my stick that I got from my yard, and I cut it with my miter shears over there. And there is my little rustic pumpkin. It's so cute. I love these things. Now, I'm going to take these eggs that I bought on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and they got dents like you would not believe. It looks like someone just, I don't know, beat them with something. But they're little styrofoam eggs, so it's not hard to put dents in them. So I'm just going to take my Dollar Tree spackle, and I'm going to find the eggs that are dented, and I'm going to fill them with spackle. Now that they're all dry, I'm going to take and sand all these off. So I sanded all these previously, and I left one to show you, and I'm just going to take the sander and sand lightly to get all the excess spackle off and, you know, just make my egg smooth. Smooth finally, and I did not beat that egg, y'all. I used my hand. Then I take my Ladybug back, vacuum up all my little dust there, take my skewers from either Walmart or the Dollar Tree, about the same, my Waverly truffle paint, and I'm going to give these, it took just one coat to cover these eggs, so I give them one coat of truffle paint. Then I'm going to put them in a glass jar to dry. Once they're all painted and dry, I took Waverly Cashew and used a small dry brush and dry brushed over all of this to lighten it up a little bit and put streaks in it. If you haven't guessed by now, we are making acorns or fake corns. I'm going to take this jute. I get this jute from Walmart, and it's the 20. It has a 20 on it. That's the size. They have different sizes. And I think I get this where the flowers or florals or whatever you want to call them are. And I'm just going to roll some out. And I'm trying to grab a poker tool. And I've changed my clothes in almost every one of these videos, and that's because it took several days and times to make these videos, so y'all have to excuse me. I actually had my church clothes on this time and got them all hairy from this jute and had to lint roll myself. But anyway, I just took this and poked it in the hole, and then you're going to coil it around and just put a little dab of glue and then stick it to itself and keep coiling, gluing, coiling, gluing, coiling. This glue gun is excellent for this. I love this detailed glue gun, and it puts out just the right amount of glue. You can squeeze the trigger real easy and distribute a little amount or a lot. I'll have this glue gun linked in my description box. I'll have two of them. This one is actually the cordless. There's one that's corded, and it's the same thing. It's just you have a cordless and a corded. But anyways, you just keep coiling. I tried to do it without gluing, and it popped up the top. Like it just, I don't know. It didn't. It just rolled up the top. So you do have to glue and coil and glue and coil until you get down to where it looks like it has its little cap. It's not halfway, but just partway, almost halfway. But you know what a cap on an acorn looks like. So that's what your goal is. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I cut my jute at an angle. And when you cut it at an angle, it helps to lay it down flat and blend in, as opposed to being a just, you know, an ended knot or whatever. And there it is. And I'm going to do this to the rest of them. And then when I'm done, y'all see all that junk on my shirt? I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it was gross. But anyways, now I'm going to take a lighter, because these have like, jute leaves a hairy like thing behind. And instead of taking scissors and snipping it, I'm just going to take the lighter and I'm going to singe all of that burlap. Now y'all be careful, because I was doing this one time and I left the lighter too long and I caught it on fire. Not these, but it was another project, you know, I've done before. And so just be careful. And then I had to go out in the yard. And this is a different day. I done changed my clothes again. I live out in the country, so I just went and got some little sticks, and I'm going to use my miter shears. You can use scissors, but I just didn't want to cut my, you know, wood with scissors, and my miter shears were right here handy. So anyways, I just snip little pieces off, and this is what I'm going to put on the, you know, the caps of my acorns. Okay, I got all my little sticks here, and I'm just going to take a dab of hot glue, which you don't see me do, sorry. See it right there, little dab, and then I'm going to stick a stick in there. These are so rustic and so cute. I bent my stick. Gorilla Glue has a little bit of setup time, not much, but a little. And I'm just going to do this to all of my little acorn nuts. And they are so rustic and so cute. And I'll probably put some in my tier tray and a few in my wagon. And here they all are, all finished. And I absolutely love them. Now I just want to show you some things that I painted and, you know, kind of remade. These were the wooden pumpkins. This one was all white, and I painted the stem brown. And then I distressed my pumpkins, of course. And this one was all brown, and I painted the stem white. You know, those were just easy. Y'all know how I paint and distress, so I didn't want to put y'all through this. This was another wooden one, and I painted it with celery green chalk paint and then distressed it. It was a white one. These are the ones with the gold tops. What I done on these, they had the designs in the sides, and I just painted all the tops brown. I did put a lighter coat of orange chalk paint on them, and then these the white one I distressed, and then I painted the other white one with the celery green to match my other pumpkins that I done. When you distress them, it makes the design pop, and I love that factor. That's why I distressed them. This was a truck. This is what I started painting. This is from the spring shop that I got in one of my hauls when I first started doing hauls, and it was a plain white truck, and I started painting this, and I was videoing it. When I was watching the video and editing, it was the most boring video I've ever seen in my life, and I couldn't put y'all through that. So I just painted it, and then distressed it, and there's my fall truck. I don't know if you'll remember these, but I done a video, and these are what a friend of mine got me. And of course I like things dirty, so I just distressed it. And then I had these pop-up stickers from the Dollar Tree, and I just placed them in the back where the other pumpkins was and made it 3D. And I distressed this, done the same, and those are my tray toys, and I love them. But anyways, I just wanted to show you all the things that I painted, and I almost forgot this, but maybe in good reason. This is one of these little things, and I put scrapbook paper on the back of this. This, seriously, looks like a toddler did this. I don't know. I tried. I don't know. I did it when I was sick, so I really wasn't in the mood. But anyway, this side isn't bad. And like I said, I just put scrapbook paper on, cut it out, put little chalkboard tags on there, and then my 3D flowers. This is the end of the video, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And you are a blessing.